What's up? What's up? I'm recording this over. I ain't like the first one, so I'm gonna do it over again. But I'm back, baby, giving you a little his story about myself, her story. I'm gonna tell y'all about when I went to prison. I'm gonna tell y'all what led me up to going to prison. It's had to be about 17 years or so ago. I probably was about, I want to say 21. So it was about more than 17 years ago, but I was about 21. One thing about me, I always stood up for myself and for other people. Like that bullying shit, I didn't like bullies. In school, I didn't like bullies. I never got bullied, but I ain't play that bully shit. You ain't finna bully nobody around me. I'm kind of still like that as an adult. But I basically felt like this girl was trying to bully me. I didn't know what the fuck was going on, but now that years have passed by, I found out that it was over a guy that we was both had, dealings with. But I didn't know at first. I thought the bitch was fucking my husband because I was married at the time, so I ain't know why this girl was just wanting to fight me, but she had beef with me. And the crazy thing is, we weren't friends, but we knew each other. We was associates. We used to bypass each other. I was with my little clique. She'd be by herself or her little people. We bypass and we speak. We keep it motherfucking moving. So this shit out the blue was crazy. And then like a week or so before the altercation, I had seen the chick and she had gave me a fucking picture of her baby. So that was the crazy shit. Like, okay, she gave me a picture of the baby. So I seen her one day walking across the tracks. Me and my little homegirl was in the car together. I stopped and said something to the bitch. She was at the goddamn weed house. That retarded bitch went off, was trying to fight me, and was just going off powder. That powder had the motherfucker crazy, you hear me? So I was with old scary motherfucker. I let her talk her shit. I kept it moving like, bitch, I ain't even finna fuck with you today. I'ma keep it on moving, you know what I'm saying? So I kept it moving. I let her have that, talk her little shit. Cause like I said, just a week before, bitch just gave me a picture of her child. So this shit was out the blue. So I might have seen her a week or so later after that. And when I seen her again, I think, when I seen her after that, she was doing dumb shit. I had my first little car, was a little Chevy Cavalier 2-door. This bitch was crossing in front of my car, like, trying to get hit every time she saw my car coming down the street, because where her granddaddy stayed at was the main strip that everybody took. So right there where their house was at, she saw everything coming. So when that motherfucker used to see my car coming down the street, she used to run in front of the car, just doing dumb shit. I would have to swerve to keep from hitting her type shit. So she did that at least 3 times. So one hot summer day, I had just got off of work. While I was hot, I was ready to smoke. And so I was going to go cop some of this. Was when AZ was the good shit then. So I'm going to go get some AZ and shit. I think I had just went and got $20 out from my cousin or some shit like that. And I see this bitch. I had shit in my pocketbook. I had just went and got some pictures developed. I had the $20 in my pocket and maybe my license or some shit like that in my ID, my pocketbook. So it wasn't nothing in my pocketbook. And she see me coming down the street. This day, she ain't run in front of the car. She was waiting on me. I guess she had her mind made up. She ain't gonna run in front of the car no more. She was gonna do what she did. So when I bypassed this bitch, this stupid bitch threw a fucking Sobe bottle at my motherfucking car. Just so happened the windows was down, and that Sobe bottle went from the passenger seat, flew right past my face, and went out the damn driver's seat. But the shit that was inside went everywhere. So I was like, oh, hell no. Goddamn, so I'm finna do a goddamn U-turn. This bitch tripping. I'm finna whoop her ass, you know what I'm saying? So I'm turning the goddamn car around. I'm doing the U-turn. As I'm turning the car around, going back towards her way, she starts running towards the car like she about to bowl my shit over. So I'm trying to push the gas. Just so happened my car was fucked up. I can't think of what was wrong with it, but the car wouldn't go no faster than 25, 30 miles at the time because something was wrong with the car. So I had that shit pushed down the pedal to the goddamn metal. I had that shit to the ground. I was finna hit this bitch. And just so happened, as I'm approaching her, another car come out of nowhere, boom, and whiplash me. So as I whiplash in the accident, the car wind up spinning and going across the street from the house where the chick stayed and shit. So as I come to the damn other car over there and shit, this bitch runs up to my car and grabbed my pocketbook out the passenger seat. And I had a side ponytail. My cousin just had did me a side ponytail. That bitch snatched that ponytail and that pocketbook and took off running. So this is why I never ride with my pocketbook in the passenger seat no more. That bitch taught me a valuable lesson. When she took off running, I was like, oh, hell no. I ain't thinking about the car that I just hit or hit me, because they hit me. I ain't thinking about them. I'm thinking about this bitch just took my shit and then took off running down the goddamn street. So I backed my goddamn car up and I started, going down the street where this bitch went. She ran up in the Shaw's motherfucking house back there, and all them niggas was back there. I jumped out that car. They were like, nah, Isha, nah, don't come up here with that. Oh, okay. Oh, that's how y'all feel? Okay. So I went around the corner, went and got the little thing from my cousin, like, cuz, let me get that motherfucker. This bitch just goddamn robbed me. I'm finna goddamn kill her. Cuz was like, ooh, bitch, donkey, let's go. She was like, come on, I'm going. Then her little brother was like, I'm going too, which I told him not to go. But thank God, little cuz jumped his ass in the car too. So when we get there, cuz done gave me the gun and everything. I done put the bullets and everything in the goddamn clip. I done put the clip up like this. When we get there, she walking down. I guess the Shaws knew I was coming back. Them motherfuckers, like, I guess told her she got to go. So she walking back up to her granddad's house with my goddamn pocketbook on her goddamn shoulders like this her shit. I'm like, oh, hell no. I took that goddamn gun. I cocked that shit. When I cocked it, I was trying to goddamn shoot that shit. I was aiming at that bitch dome. You hear me? I was aiming at her head. I was finna kill that bitch dead. And thank God the goddamn gun jammed or whatever, and crazy shit, the whole clip was gone out the gun. That's a whole nother story, y'all. Everything that happens in your life is supposed to happen for a reason. I swear to God, I just put the clip in there. You know how the clip lock. By the time I tried to shoot the shit, the whole clip was gone out the gun. But anyway, the gun wouldn't jam anyway. So this bitch ducking, she scared and shit. My cousin like, man, jump out and pistol whip that bitch. I was like, okay. So I jumps out the goddamn car. Y'all, I don't know what my mind was thinking. I'm so goddamn mad. I done dropped the goddamn gun and just started fighting her. You know what I'm saying? So my little cousin, I ain't know he took the gun, but thank God he grabbed the gun and hauled ass at the time. So I'm fighting this bitch. This bitch taking them goddamn blows. That powder had that bitch like goddamn Rocky. She was eating them blows, right? So this dumbass bitch done ran, tried to jump in my car, and my cousin was with me. My cousin big as fuck, yo. My cousin hit that bitch with a 2-piece. Boo, boo, boo. She ate them blows too. Ran back over there to me. I started punching her some more. Then next thing you know, the police pulls up because I guess the people had already called them from the car wreck, and then I had left and shit. But we wind up being right back up there by the wreck. We right back up there at the top of the street now. So when the police get out the car, and get us and shit, them motherfuckers snatch me up. I ain't thinking about it. I'm thinking, we finna go to jail for fighting. So they put me in the back seat. They out there talking with her and my cousin for a while. Next thing I know, I see old girl get in the back seat, and they checking my car and all of this shit. They let my cousin go and they towed my car. So when we get down to the county, I'm thinking I'm going to jail for fighting, y'all. These motherfuckers done charged me with armed robbery. I'm like, what? This bitch robbed me. How the fuck y'all charging me with armed robbery? Pocketbook gone out the car, pocketbook all on the road and shit. Everything was on the streets. And So how the fuck I robbed her? I ain't have shit, nothing in my pockets. She had my pocketbook. I'm trying to ask them how I robbed her and my pocketbook outside the car. That don't make no sense. So anyway, them motherfuckers ain't give a fuck what I was talking about. They took my ass down there to the magistrate, locked me up. I think I had I don't remember, 15,000 or something bond or whatever for armed robbery. So I'm in this motherfucker like, what the hell? And they didn't lock her ass up. She didn't get charged with nothing. They just charged me. So when my cousin get down there with my mama, the same cousin that the officer let go at the scene of the crime, because she was going to drive my car, but they towed my car, let her go. She come back with my mama. They coming to see what's going on about my bond. They lock her ass up. Come on, ma'am. You getting charged with armed robbery too. Say this bitch say me and my cousin armed robbed her, y'all. So me and my motherfucking cousin in this motherfucker locked the fuck up. But I stayed in there 2 days. My old man made bond. I think my cousin made bond about 4 days after me or whatever. So when the same day that I get out of jail, y'all, my car's towed now. My car in the tow shit or whatever. So I'm walking. Me and some little dude stayed in apartments while I stayed there. I'm like, come with me, let's go get some weed. So we go down Green Street to get some goddamn weed. We walking down the motherfucking one way and shit. So I had stopped at P&P to grab me something to eat first. I think I had a hot dog and some fries or some shit like that. So I had to ate my hot dog. I was eating the fries. A car is coming down the wrong way, down the one way. So I already knew what it was. Somebody done told these, oh, she out, she walking, she blah, 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 whoever. They done rolled past me and saw me. So they come down the goddamn one-way street. I had already told the little dude, like, yo, this shit finna goddamn go down. As a matter of fact, hold on, y'all. 1 second. My fault, y'all. So I tell the little dude, yo, watch out, cause these bitches is about to go down. I ain't know what these motherfuckers had and shit. But I had already done went to the weed spot. So I had weed in my hand and then I had my fries in my other hand. So when this bitch jump out the goddamn car, she got like a long goddamn shape like this. Skinny as fuck. She jump out the car trying to goddamn stab me. I was like, oh hell nah, bitch, you trying to goddamn stab me? So it was throw the weed or throw the fries. I ain't throwing my goddamn weed. I threw the motherfucking fries and I took off running down the street to the store because I ain't had no weapon. Bitch, you ain't finna goddamn stab me. This bitch chased me to the goddamn store, y'all. You should have seen me. I was getting it. Bitch, ain't know I ran track. I got it to that goddamn store. When I bust in that store, I ran straight to them goddamn beers. Soon as she came in that store, I started throwing them beer bottles at her ass. I threw about 2 or 3 of them in her ass. She haired up and took off and got out of that damn store. That store man cussed me. Oh, no, you gotta pay. You know, he went off. I'm kicked out of that store. Till to this day, them people will not let me in the store. They still remember me. Will not let me in the store. But anyway, so I calls my goddamn cousin like, oh, hell nah, bitch. This bitch just tried to goddamn stab me. Come and goddamn get me. So she come and pick me up. This ain't my cousin. This my sister cousin, but she my cousin too. And her and this bitch Ben had beef. They be fighting all the time over some nigga back in the day. So, you know, they had some shit already going on. So I'm like, bitch, come pick me up. This motherfucker picked me up. We go to this bitch house, y'all. No bullshit. Put it on my life. This bitch done call her a cab. When we pulling up to her house, she jumping in the goddamn cab. So we follow her in the car. She don't see me. We following this bitch in the truck. Do you know this bitch went to the motherfucking magistrate office after she just jumped out and tried to fucking assault me? She finna go to the magistrate office and take out a goddamn one on me. When she pulled up at that magistrate office, my cousin blocked that cab and I jumped out that car, opened that car door, y'all. y'all should have seen it. She was over there trying to kick me, had rocks in her hand. She had a handful of rocks. She was kicking in the back of that cab. I was in there trying to fight her, trying to punch her, and then my sister cousin on the other end of the goddamn car. This crazy bitch got a knife. She over there trying to stab that motherfucker. That motherfucker saw her over there trying to stab her. She didn't know what to do. She didn't know what way to go. She was screaming. She was hollering. That cab driver ain't know what to do, y'all. I was out there dying laughing, but we hurried up before the police and shit got out there and shit. We was doing this shit all out there in the magistrate office and shit. But that shit was too funny. So then we left. And shit, you know what I'm saying? So I think she did take out a warrant on me again or something. She did something. But anyway, so the next altercation, the rumor around town is, oh, they gonna kill me. The rumor around town, they talking about they went and got a gun, they gonna kill me, they gonna do this, they gonna do that. Okay, so I goes and get me one too. We ain't finna play like that, bitch. I'm gonna get you before you get me. So, this was a particular day. Me and my cousin is together, the same cousin who caught the charge with me. Me and her is together, and we got our other little cousins in the back seat. I believe we just came from the park or some shit like that. So, we stopped at the store down there on Green Street, and she goes in the store to get some blunts or something. So I'm sitting in the car with the kids. I see a car come and block us in. I already knew what that was. I was like, oh, God, these motherfuckers. And I got my cousins in the car, so I don't want them to jump out shooting because they tell them motherfuckers they going to kill me. So I jumps out the goddamn car. Okay, let me jump out the car because I don't want my little cousins to get this and shit. So I jump out the car like, what, bitch? Y'all, this bitch ain't had no goddamn gun again. She got that same goddamn shank shit. Why she do that? I looked over there, my little cousin, I ain't even had to say nothing. They was handing the goddamn weapons to me. Then one of them handed me a goddamn, some mace, I believe. I sprayed the goddamn mace. The other one handed me a bat. I took that bat and I just started swinging that motherfucker. But I was trying not to hit her in the face because I already knew that, you know, that was a murder charge. I wasn't trying to hit her in the face. I was trying to hit that bitch in the body. I was killing her with the body shots. Next thing you know, she tried to jump in the car. And when she tried to jump in the car, I hit one more time. Boom. I hit that bitch with that bat upside her motherfucking head. I just seen her fall over in the car like this. And her little homegirl just drove off and shit with the car door open and everything. I was like, oh shit, man. So, my cousin comes out the store. Then I'm like, oh, God, I done killed her. I done hit her with the bat. You know what I'm saying? So we take off. I goes and drop my little cousin them off at home. Then we goes to my homegirl apartment who stay out there in the apartments where I stay at. Y'all, no bullshit. Here come this bitch and her homegirls again. But they come out there with the police this time. This bitch out there, instead of getting the medical attention she needs, she out there arguing, acting a damn fool, head leaking and shit. Like, bitch, go ahead. Ain't nobody fucking with you. I done already got you leaking over there. The police like, ma'am, because they couldn't lock me up because they didn't see anything. So they didn't lock me up at the time, you know what I'm saying, or whatever. So they came out there. I guess she was bringing them to me. Yeah, she did it or whatever, but they didn't lock me up. They came and locked me up 2 days later, y'all. And they charged me with assault with a deadly weapon with intent to fucking kill. I'm like, oh my fucking God. My old man just got me out of jail. Now he got to get me out of jail again, y'all. I sat in that motherfucker for about 2 motherfucking months. Do you hear me? Oh my God, I was sick. I was so sick. I sat in there for 2 months. Then the old man made bond, got me out. And, you know, long story short, I was pleading not guilty. But that bullshit ass public defender, man, my mama them was bullshitting, ain't helping nigga get no lawyer. I was broke, I ain't had no money, so I had to get a public defender. This bitch ass nigga done talked me into changing my statement the day of the court date and shit, because I was like, nah, not guilty. I'm pleading not guilty. We taking it to trial, you know what I'm saying? And my cousin was pleading not guilty too. The last fucking court date, this bitch ass nigga talked me into going on and pleading guilty because he told me that if, you know, even if they find me, if she come to court and they find me guilty, I could be facing like 70 something to 90 something months in jail. So I'm trying to add that shit up. Like, that's too many months. I can't even add it up. Or I can plead guilty. And then if I violate, I'll be on probation if I plead guilty. But if I violate, then I'll have to do 10 to 12 months. So okay, I can do 10 to 12 compared to 70 to 90 something months and shit. And I ain't tell y'all also what I had in my pocketbook. Yeah, I did say what I had in my pocketbook was pictures that me and my cousin was taking young and thinking we thugs and shit, posing with guns and shit. So the gun that she said I had, she pointed on one of the pictures, told the police that's the gun I had, even though they didn't find no gun at the scene of the crime and shit. Because I told you my little cousin had done jumped and took the gun and hauled ass. Thank God he saved our life. You know what I'm saying? But he had done ran with the gun. So these motherfuckers ain't have no gun. But the lawyer said even if they didn't have that evidence, if she come and say I did that and they find me guilty, I could be facing that much time. So that's how I wound up doing 10 months in prison, because I violated probation. I stayed out maybe a year or some shit like that, and I was talking to motherfuckers talking about drug testing and all that shit. Finna violate that shit, cuz. And my cuz, she was strong, she did that shit, but I went on and did my little goddamn 10 months and got that shit out the way. And that was the longest 10 months of my life. Like I said, every night in that motherfucker, I dreamed that I broke out of prison. So when Lil Wayne made that song, every night he broke out, I felt every bit of that, because I had that same dream every night for 10 months of my life. But and those 10 months of my life changed me. Like I said, it was meant for me to go to prison, because prison changed me and made me the person who I am today. Because if I wouldn't have went to prison and I would have stayed out there on them streets, I probably would have been dead and wouldn't have made it to 25, or would have had done killed somebody my damn self. Like, that's how wild I was. I really didn't give a fuck about nothing. Gangster. Here you hear me, just gangster boo out here doing all kind of shit. But yeah, them 10 months changed my life. And like I said, when I was in prison, I had my little homegirls that I dealt with on the regular, 3 or 4 little girls. We chilled on the compound and, you know, bullshitted around. I met some cool ass females in there. And like I said, an older lady called me out of my little friend. She called me out. It was like, you know, come here and talk to her. And the person I am, I respect my elders. I went over there to see what the lady was talking about. What's up? She like, I remind her of her. She listened to her. She see me on the compound. And she said it puts her in the mind of herself when she was young and out there in the streets. And she was telling me her little story, which I don't remember the story. But she wound up telling me that, yeah, people was intimidated. They was terrified of her. And she said, I put her in the mind of her. They was terrified of her. And she said, she wound up killing somebody, I believe. And she said, if not, she would have got killed. And she just wanted to tell me that, you know what I'm saying? And I think about that every day. Every day. I think about that. Sometimes I don't remember the story, but I remember the point of the story, the meaning what she was getting around to. And I think that changed me a little bit. I still got my little ways, but I ain't nowhere nothing like I used to be. And of course, with age, you grow up in maturity and stuff like that. But at one time, and I ain't even think I was gonna make it to see 40. I am 40 years old. Thank you, Almighty Most High. Thank you. I am 40. They don't get to say that no more. But yeah, I just wanted to give y'all my little story. Now I gotta get ready for work. Peace, y'all. Have a good day.